Darlington stripe. It don't matter if it's NASCAR, I don't burn on blocks in my backyard. We just living in the best lane. And we're flying higher than an airplane. As long as there's rubber to burn, heads to turn, to trust, to drink all the money we earn, then we'll be living in the best lane. It don't matter if it's NASCAR, I don't burn on blocks in my backyard. Oh, we're just living in the best lane. And we're flying higher than an airplane. If you ain't first, you're last, so don't look back. If you're looking for me, I'm at the checkered flag. Just living in the best lane. Living in the best lane. Oh, be living in the best lane. I'm living in the best lane. Turn up the radio, it ain't loud enough till the speakers blow. Top down in an extra gear, it ain't fast enough till they disappear. It don't matter if it's NASCAR, I don't burn on blocks in my backyard. We're just living in the best lane. And we're flying higher than an airplane. As long as there's rubber to burn, heads to turn, and drugs to drink all the money we earn, then we'll be living in the best lane. The winner ain't the one with the fastest car, and need the will to win to make your mark. So come from nothing and follow the signs. Gotta hit the wall to earn a Darlington stripe. It don't matter if it's NASCAR, I don't burn on blocks in my backyard. We just living in the best lane. And we're flying higher than an airplane. As long as there's rubber to burn, heads to turn, to trust, to drink all the money we earn, then we'll be living in the best lane. It don't matter if it's NASCAR, I don't burn on blocks in my backyard. Oh, we're just living in the best lane. And we're flying higher than an airplane.
racing.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It's pretty rare when you have a development studio that has a multiple decade relationship with a partner. It's pretty crazy to think that, starting at Papyrus, we've been working on NASCAR products since 1994. That was our first release of a NASCAR product. And so here we are 30 years later in a position to now take our next giant step and to move into the console space.
The partnership with iRacing has been tremendous. Best in class, obviously in the simulation world, and now they're going into the console game. The relationship and collaboration that we've had, not only between NASCAR as a sanctioning body and iRacing, has been tremendous, but I would say a lot of the other partners in the industry.
Ever since I joined iRacing, I knew there was a chance that I would be able to revisit the NASCAR license, and I was so thrilled about it that I met with the lead designer, and we spent a year ahead of time working on design every single day to try to see if we can make the best NASCAR product that we've ever done.
If you assembled a group of our fans, I guarantee you 98% of them would say their favorite game is NASCAR Racing 2003, Dirt to Daytona, or probably one of the mid-2000s EA titles. Think about this. We have the incredible talent behind each of these classics working on this game. I think that's incredible.
So we've got this amazing team. We've got iRacing laser scan assets. We've got the iRacing physics experts. You put all that together and we have the perfect recipe for success.
I remember working back on the NASCAR Thunder series, and we'd always have these really late nights, and we'd be sometimes having some downtime where we'd have to wait for a build to get done. And during those times, we'd always fire up the Papyrus NASCAR Racing series and have an online race between all the devs in the office. And one thing that we really admired about that game was the authenticity that it brought, and we always dreamt of bringing that authenticity to the console side of things. So it's just a dream come true to be finally part of this team and to be able to bring that authenticity to NASCAR 25.
I think everyone that worked on NASCAR Racing 2003 season has to be proud to see that here 21 years later, people are still using the product, and many consider it still to be the best NASCAR game that's ever been made. I think what I'm very excited about, though, is what we're going to do with NASCAR 25. I think we have the group of people with Monster and with Papyrus pedigrees that have shipped many NASCAR games, that know what these products are supposed to be, that know what our customers want from these products.
I think that there is a really great opportunity in gaming for NASCAR to connect with younger fans. The demographic in gaming skews young, and honestly, when you think about how you might have learned some of the details and rules and intricacies of sport, you learn it from video games.
What drives me is kind of making a great game for fans. And so I spend months and months and months working, trying to come up with the best experience possible. And then it always, like, one of the highlights of my career is when I finally step out and meet people that have played and have been influenced by the game. And so when I have a game that really resonated well, like the Dirt Daytona series, and I hear it from a lot of people, like one of my favorite memories of all time was the first time I went to the NASCAR licensing booth to get my credentials, and they found out where I was from, and the entire crowd were going like, they made the game.
NASCAR 25, honestly, is the game we've all always wanted to build. We've talked a lot about other team members and how we've all sort of overlapped and crisscrossed our entire career, but the ability to finally sort of put all the pieces together, take all of the core elements of what makes all of our teams great, and really deliver the game that we've always wanted to make, even 20, 25 years ago, is amazing for me. And it almost feels like a full circle moment. We all started years and years ago, and we've all been doing this a really long time, but it's super special to put this team together and be able to deliver.
We're thrilled to have iRacing as our trusted partner, a team that has consistently delivered exceptional results for NASCAR for over 15 years. Stay tuned for more information as we continue to keep you updated on the progress of NASCAR 25 over the coming months.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome on into the Under the Lights Racing Series Xfinity series here tonight. I'm your man, UTR Storm, Alex Farrell on the mic tonight. Here in the booth tonight, I am alongside the man of the legends, LRS, otherwise known as Luke Smith. My man, how's it going tonight?
It's going pretty good, Alex. I'm excited to get this race underway at the Last Great Coliseum.
Yeah, we're facing a lot of action. Oh my god, okay, I'm not going to be on air. Looks like because okay, so I've got a camo jacket on, and it's trying to bleed through the green screen, so that's not going to work tonight. Wow. Okay, hang on. We got a black shirt underneath this. Give me 1 second. Shit don't go your way sometimes. You wear a camo shirt, you end up camouflaging into a green screen. Always
Makes sense.
Oh man. No, it's gonna be a great night of racing, guys. I'm excited for it. Like I said, Last Great Coliseum. We've already seen a wild week, Luke. Man, that truck race was something else. Honestly, that truck race was wild with the low draft and the 3 times wear.
Yeah, there was a lot going on. I mean, there was obviously a lot of crashes, a lot of cautions, a lot of people not happy with each other. But that's normal Bristol, normal short track racing. You're always going to have that. We had it in trucks as well. We had it in Cup. And today's the third head of the monster. We're coming into Bristol for the Xfinity Series, and there's a lot of people looking fast tonight who could possibly even track down their first win. Obviously, a lot going on with playoff eligibility, with people losing some playoff eligibility and people moving in. So I think we're going to see some people probably get aggressive tonight. People will definitely butt heads. I wouldn't be shocked if we had a spicy interview tonight. I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah, I like how you say spicy interview because most definitely, I think we could definitely see that. So, like I said, 17 drivers tonight. A lot of hit and miss. We've seen a lot of good drivers, and with some recent notes to mention tonight. Kind of looking through the lineup here before we go over it. Devontae Hamilton, obviously runner-up last Tuesday in the Truck Series. I mean, who would have thought that we would have seen a guy like him up front? No offense if you're watching, but obviously you know your stance. You haven't been up front most of the season. You're starting to show yourself. So Hamilton's been solid recently, and Bristol, he found his niche. Maybe short track is just what he shines the best at. We'll see if he can carry that momentum into tonight.
Yeah, and if you remember in his interview, he said that he loves the short tracks, especially Martinsville and Dover. He mentioned specifically, which is not really a short track, but he said that he feels like he's better on those tracks. I don't know if it fits his driving style. I know he's aggressive, but last night he wasn't really, or 2 nights ago, he wasn't really aggressive at all. And finished second. I mean, he's starting deeper in the field tonight, but I kind of expect the same pace out of him. Yeah, there's a lot of names too up there, Alex. One of your drivers, Shackelford, he's such a great qualifier. He just needs to find that race pace.
Yeah, Shackelford, just one of those guys. He can be up in the top 10 most of the race, but he can't find the lead pack when it comes down to the wire. It comes down to the best strategy to play to get inside the top 5 or even inside the top 3. He's just been lackluster with that recently, but definitely some high hopes for him. He was running good on Tuesday. He was running good last night in the Cup Series. So maybe he just needs to find that little bit of last bit of race pace, like you said. He's found it in the first 2 stages. He just can't find it to sum it up and to get that good finish that he truly wants and deserves, honestly. Also, our pulser, Mason LaForge. I mean, that man won his first race in this league here at Bristol last season. And here he is running in the lead on last Tuesday, and also again running towards the top of the pack last night in the Cup Series, and once again on pole tonight.
Yeah, and I think we're about to actually roll into the race, Alex. It looks like they're rolling. I just got an invite so we can start going down that lineup.
Yep, we'll go over that lineup as we are rolling in. Let's go trackside forward to the command, and we'll get that lineup for you when we return.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The race starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
All right. So we're back here at Bristol. Luke, you want to go over that lineup real quick? Reload in?
Yeah, starting on. Yeah, so we're gonna do the two pace laps here. You see the drivers get into the position, starting on pole position for the JD Motorsports team, owned by Jack Farnhart. Mason LaForge on the pole. Michael Shackelford for Trackhouse Racing in the number 10 P2. Sammy Schaefer, also for INF's JD Motorsports in P3. John Dean for Spire, P4. Stephen Wade Davis II for BJ McLeod's team in P5. Nick Jensen in the number 7 for GMS, P6. Diamante Hamilton for Joe Gibbs in P7. Brandon Edgington for RCR, P8. Dylan Blevins for GMS, P9. Jack Farnhart, P10 for his own team, looking for that record. Jacob Willingham, P11. Zach Slater, P12. Jason P13. Richard Denny, P14. Toby Welsh, P15. Alan Drake, P16. And rounding out the field, at the back of the pack, Keegan Huey, P17. Alex.
Yes, we get ready to come to the green flag. 42 laps in this first stage. It's going to be a wild, wild west night here in the Las Vegas Coliseum as we get ready to take the green flag. And we are underway here from Bristol. A nice jump from Mesa on the top side there, but Shackelford staying even with him.
Stephen Davis in the back end into Jensen there. They're 4 wide already and into the pits a couple of cars go. That's 2 of them. They might throw a caution for that.
You know, they just might. We'll see. That's a odd circumstance that we have not had before. Let's see what the call is right here on lap number 2.
Seems like the caution is out.
Fair call. Fair call by the race control up there. Haven't seen
I'll
that
give
one
them
happen
props
before.
for that. Those guys would have been 2 laps down.
At least.
And yeah, so I think that's the proper call there.
So now, 2 laps in, and we saw 4 wide that was not going to happen at Bristol, and we saw the circumstance and the repercussions of it. Now these guys get to get into race pace early on, get that race setup going in.
Yeah, and you know that could work out well for them. That was Blevins, I think, last week's Michigan truck winner, who got sent down pit road, and Diamante Hamilton, Alex.
Yes, and so unfortunate for Diamante because he was definitely a front runner coming up to the front of the field, but obviously he'll get to keep his lead lap and get those laps back and be on the lead lap for this restart.
Yeah, and Hamilton's rocking a new number if you haven't realized. This week he asked if he could run the 81 for Joe Gibbs Racing. That's what he has on now instead of the 18. That paint scheme looks like maybe the insurance paint scheme. I think it's All-Star something. Looks pretty good.
Let's see. Yeah, it definitely does. One scheme that I've noticed is Jack Barnhart's scheme of number 6. That is a number 6 Danica scheme.
Oh yeah. And pitting here is a few drivers, Alex. Looks like I expect people to take 2. John Dean takes 2. Nick Jensen takes 2. And they're the only 2 that took 2. LaForge is going to come out in 3rd.
So, Luke, what is the call that you think for tonight? I mean, do you think a 2-tire call this early is the way to go?
Yeah, I think 100% if you have the pace, the 2-tire call there will work. I'm looking on board with Jensen. His left sides are on 98, 99, so he just went from P8 to P2 and has pretty much equal tires to everybody behind him.
See how they work out here. Flash back here. That is Dylan Blevins back here in the number 1 Oreo car. Always something about that oil card that I've always loved.
Green flag is out.
Yep, back in the air we go. I forgot about the new rule.
And I think that rule, I'll bring it up to everybody, but I think that rule needs to be altered. I feel like if you get a caution within the first 5 laps, it should not be single file. I feel like obviously, because the rule states it has to be 2 cautions in a 5-lap green period. That's only 1, so I think that's a little flaw that needs to be reworked.
Yeah, definitely. Something that was kind of misconstrued by even us admins trying to figure it all out. Again, I think this is week number 2 with using this new rule, so we're still even getting the feel out of it. You see LaForge go underneath Jensen for second place. He clears him off the corner exit. 4 tires are already coming in play, Luke.
Yeah, they are coming into play. John Dean up front, almost up in the wall. LaForge, though, looks like he has really good pace. Shackelford struggling to get by Jensen as well.
You see 2x2 back behind them. That is Edgerton and Jensen into the outside wall with a little help from Shackelford. Now Schaefer on the back bumper of that number 10 machine.
Yeah, and I'm looking on board with Shackelford because he was fast last night. He finished top 5 in the Cup Series race as well. I think the second place finisher in the Cup race is right behind him in Schaefer. And another finisher, Mason, LaForge in second, was really good all night, got caught by a caution. So all these, and John Dean, the leader, won the race. So, I mean, it's really translating.
Yeah, and one thing to watch that I'm just now seeing is Schaefer with a little lag. We'll see if that hinders anything. He had the issues on Tuesday night, and it cost him a chance maybe at the win even. And a little lag early on. Looks like he's settling out for now. We'll see. Hopefully it holds. Got Brandon Edgerton, another short track driver, tends to do fairly well. He's back behind Shackelford in that 5th position.
Yeah, Alex, and I mentioned it last week, and we're coming into this race again where that all-time wins record is on the line. And if you think about, you know, how long we've done the Xfinity Series, I think we've done it for 3 seasons, 3 full seasons. This is the 3rd one. And there are 3 drivers tied with 4 wins, and Dusty this is his first full-time Xfinity Series season. And I know he's not full-time, he's part-time. He already has 5 wins, and he needs 2 more to tie that record, so that just shows you how good he's been.
I mean, this guy has been on rails nonstop. I mean, it came from the heartaches of last season. Got to victory lane a few times, but still came up short a lot more than what he should have been after failing to convert on fuel strategy or tire strategies and blowing tires within the last 2-3 laps and running out of fuel short to the line and getting overran by the other drivers back behind him. So definitely has found the pace, though. He's became a shining star in the league, one that's respected in this league as well, compared to a few of our recent most winners of all times.
Yeah, and I'm still oh, you see LaForge getting the wall right there, but Dean, he has less starts than everybody else up there at the top of the all-time wins list, and he's actively chasing them down. Kind of gives me a Kyle Busch-esque vibe. Come in, win it all, go beat the records, and don't give a shit. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but you know.
Yep, sure can. Well, one thing we didn't bring up either is these guys are running the same package from Tuesday night. So the guys in the truck series that are used to this 3 times wear low draft, same thing, same concept in these Xfinity cars. But Luke, how does it change the outcome of this race when it comes to a truck that is more balanced versus an Xfinity car that tends to be on the loose side of things?
Yeah, so the Xfinity car is really weird. I know you haven't raced one in a while, Alex, but it starts off so tight, and then it just hits a point randomly where it'll go from being dead tight to extremely loose, and there's no in between. So when you have the 3 times wear, it's really just, you got to hang on and you got to get the right setup. That's what I struggled with this week. We had the issues in the truck race with the 3 times wear for myself, and I just couldn't find the balance. And you have to find the balance, but you also have to be good. And John Dean is good at this racetrack, and I'm sure he could probably find the balance pretty easy.
Yeah, we're already 18 laps away from the end of stage number 1, so more than halfway through this first stint. And we see already some lap traffic coming up. You see the away of Toby Welsh getting passed up on the apron. You see, I believe that is Huey out in front of Dean, getting ready to put him a lap down. Again, Huey's still new to the league after completing the P27 start. So he's running the rest of the regular season, and then he will sit out the playoffs and wait until the next season on our new game, hopefully.
Again, Wormy actually spun in front of the leader, hit the inside wall. On my screen, the leader hit him, but I'm sure in the game, he was probably a ghost.
Yeah, he was a ghost. He's a ghost on my end, I think. But he has definitely opened up the gap over second place of Schaefer. Schaefer looking strong right now. And LaForge out in third place.
Big wreck on the front stretch.
Yep.
Jensen and Welsh
Hamilton.
and Blevins.
Yep. Looks like Denny also involved. Got some damage from that one as well. And oh god.
Did Hamilton just wreck Schaefer? I don't know what I saw there, but it looked like he full sent him in the corner.
I came into that one like right as they were parked up against the outside wall. So I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I
came
took a
right.
clip of that. I was on board with Hamilton, and he was pushing Schaefer into the corner, and then got off of him, and then went to the bottom and just slammed him into the wall.
I don't know about that one. Obviously, I don't know, but I feel like it probably wasn't as bad as we think it is, because Sammy hasn't. If that would have happened, I think Sammy would have at least given a little tap under caution, like, "Hey man, what's up?"
Yeah, and again, just like what happened in the Cup race, Alex, it's lap traffic that altered these front runners. Sammy was running in second place ahead of Mason, and he got into that accident between Jensen and Welsh. I was watching on board with Jensen. That's why I kind of had that little cut screen moment, because I didn't see it happen on the track, but I was watching the ticker because I wanted to see if they could make it on fuel. And Jensen was going under Welsh, and Welsh hit him, and they both spun up the track, and they took out multiple lead lap cars.
Yeah, now Schaefer's stuck back, still inside the top 10, but just barely hanging on to a top 10 right now to close down in the last couple laps on stage number 1. Gonna go back green with probably about 10 or 9 to go. See pit stops taking place, a few two-tire options looks like.
It looks like Edge took 2 there, but he's going to be Mason out, but John Dean's going to win the race off pit road. Or did Mason beat him out? Mason beat Edge out.
Yep. You see Shackelford in 4th, hanging on to the top 5 right now, doing well. And then we see the Danica car of Farnhart back there in 5th.
And that Danica car is going for that all-time wins record, and to tie the record, Jensen he's going for that. So there's a lot on the line, and so is Clater. I don't even know if he's racing though.
I do not think Clater is. I do not.
Yeah, there he is. He's in P6. He's behind Ina.
Okay. Yep. There he is. He's always the quiet one. Never know if he's racing, and if he is, he tends to. I didn't recognize him in the lineup.
Yeah, he's running a different car. It has a sponsor on it. He's usually running that all-black 39.
Yeah, it's a very different look for this number 39 machine. Nice. I like how Stephen Davis is also running a very similar scheme to what he ran in the Truck Series in that number 5 Toyota.
And the Cup Series race last night, he ran something similar to that too.
Yep. Alright, back under green we are. Nice little start there from the outside groove. LaForge does not get going. That's going to leave Dean and Edgington on the outside to take over the race lead in the top 2.
8 to go in stage 1 here at the line. Edgington looking to get another stage win. We've documented over recent weeks, Alex, he's been on a charge with these stage points, or these stage wins with the playoff points. Dean looking to lead every single lap in the first stage here.
Yeah, and Edge is trying to show off as a rookie this season. I mean, he's got tough competition, and he wants to make his name known. I mean, this is what the Xfinity Series is for. in real life and in the esports world. I mean, he wants to make his name known as he moves up towards the Cup Series next season, and he wants to prove himself before he actually makes that jump. So definitely looking strong here in the late running. And this is the best time, honestly, Luke. If you have any momentum to get going, you get going right now. And that's what he has done the last 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're around 5 laps to go right now, so we'll see what kind of pace Edge has on the short run here. And you're right, Alex. If you want that to pay off, you got to start doing it now, because going into the playoffs, you want that momentum, and it's working out really well for him. And if he can get this done, by the way, talking about Edgington, this would be his 9th stage win on the season.
That's incredible for this young guy. He's definitely has had a spot here, and he's definitely trying to shine for himself. Had a lot of up and down trials to start the season, but he's definitely trying to be a little superstar right now here in the Xfinity Series. And the fact that he's chasing down one of the best in the league, Dean, right now, is a really good thing that he can keep pace with him. And we'll see if he can do the same thing that he did Tuesday night and just keep pace with the leader like Hamilton did.
Yeah, well, right there was 2 to go, so I don't know if Edgington will catch Dean. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get to him unless Dean just messes up somewhere. 1 to go this time for stage number 1.
And the battle looks like it's going to be for the last podium spot for this stage. They're double file for 3rd and 4th, but John Dean coming out of turn number 4. It is his only 2nd stage win of the season.
Wow, that's impressive, the fact that only number 2. This dude has
you
more
would expect
wins.
Way more.
So top 10 for that stage is Dean first, Edgington second, LaForge third, Shackelford in 4th, Allen in 5th, Schaefer in 6th, and freaking SB. Move this thing. You got Outlaw in there in 8th. Oh, thank you. There we go. No, thank you. Thanks for moving it. Schaefer in 6th. That is INF in 7th. Outlaw 8th. Knockdown 9th. And obviously Flash in 10th. Before he tried to switch it on me again. I will
John
say,
Dean
go ahead.
is doing a really good job. No, I was just going to say he's doing a really good job.
Yeah, one guy I'm watching, Huey, he finished off at P11, right outside the top 10, so really good job for him.
And started last, but we're back underway here.
Edgington and Dean on the front row. And Edgington with a good launch on the outside, Luke.
Yeah, you always want to restart second on the stages here, or 4th or 6th or 8th. You always want to be on the outside, like, you know, force that guy on the bottom to use me up. I know I'm going to get the run off, and then it'll give me a reason to get mad at you.
You're always trying to find somebody to get mad at you. This inside groove, though, trying to work. People think that the inside works here, and it can, but I've noticed this middle lane and the high lane is where it actually is at. You get better runs off like we were talking about earlier. So I've noticed a lot of people are veering to the middle lane.
Yeah, so my opinion on the bottom lane, it does not work on the new run whatsoever. Or, sorry, at the start of the run whatsoever. You just can't, you know, because all the cars are equal pace, and you're going to run on the top side and, you know, get the run off every single time. It just doesn't work in any series. The only series that it works in is in the next-gen Cup car in this game. You can run the middle, the bottom, or the top and have the same pace, and that is the only series that I think all 3 lanes are equal.
Yeah, I think I have to agree on that one. We've had some good races from the next-gen cars here. I think a lot of people are upset the fact that we were running Gen 6 last night, but we had our Gen 7 race earlier in the spring. One guy I'm watching right now, Luke, is this number 1 car. I remember the days when you raced this 1 car, but Flash is now running it right there. Blevins inside the top 10, looking strong. Started about mid-pack, and now has worked his way up into a decent position here early on stage 2.
Yeah, and he was thinking he wasn't even going to race tonight, so props to him. He's running well. LaForge just put a slider on Shackelford. He's up to 3rd.
Wow, what a move by the 0 car. And battle's heating up for the lead here. But ongoing is this 3-car battle, 4-car battle. They're still duking it out for third place. But now looks like Dusty has found his way to the back bumper of Edgington.
Yeah, I know Dusty won't use him up. John Dean, he's a clean racer. He's respectable. He'll wait for Brandon to make a mistake or, get into that lap traffic. It's just, how long is Brandon going to hold him up, and will it allow Schaefer or LaForge to close in?
Well, the fact is, with Dean cruising in behind Edgington, if they cruise like that and Meso and Schaefer tried to battle it out, which looks like Schaefer got around LaForge pretty good there. So that battle is no longer really relevant right now. But if those two can battle, it's going to allow these front two to pull away.
Dean bumped Edgington right there a little bit, getting a little impatient. Dean there again goes deep into the corner, didn't touch him, but went certainly deeper into the corner than him. And when somebody's running behind you like that at Bristol, it gets you so antsy just because you want to run the right line and you don't want to get into them.
No, you do not want to be the one that screws up your run or the guy behind you, especially a guy like Dean. You don't want to mess him up, and you have a lot of respect for him. These two have been racing it out back and forth all season long, Luke, and they want to give respect to each other. But now Edgington in the outside wall. Dean thought about it right there. He's going to look again on the inside.
I really like how Dean's car wraps the bottom. I mean, that's one of the only cars I've seen that's been able to kind of hold the bottom. Obviously, the top side got the runoff with Edgington, but he just needs to figure out how to carry the pace through the middle. Look, right there. Great entry. Can't get on the throttle, and it kills the exit.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Brandon's looking for. He knows that the outside is going, so that's why he lets the inside, let it be open. I mean, you know that you're better off on the outside. Let that inside lane be open, and he goes and blocks it right there just because he knows that a better launch off for Dean has been better in turn 4. But Edgington definitely has the better groove right now.
Yeah, look at Sammy right on these guys. He's closed in, so Dean's going to have to start making aggressive moves here because Edgington's definitely holding up here. He comes with a runoff.
Yep, to the inside he goes for the race lead. Outside wall contact. They're side by side down the back straightaway into turn 3. Lap traffic coming up.
Man, Alex, this is going to be good for Sammy. Where does Sammy go? Does he go outside? Oh, caution.
Wow. All right. I'm probably willing to bet it was probably 2 involved with somebody up there in the front that we saw trying to get back underway. Man, that was just heating up too.
I think it was Jensen again. And looks like Hamilton as well again.
They opened up pit road very quickly here.
They can make it from here.
Yes, 20 laps to go in stage number 2. Something to note is that Shanks, that is Beeson, he is now out of this race early on.
He's an OG member of the league. He's just not really had good luck recently, not consistent enough to be able to run inside the top 5, and just unfortunate for him because I know he wants to do well.
Yeah, and he's actually come to me recently and said that he has shown in on offline racing, he tends to have a lot better pace in the next gen car, but we never get to see it because it's offline, it's on his own doings, and he's wanting to move up. And he's talked about doing some part-time racing next season and actually getting into the Cup Series because he says, I'm only available to race full-time on Thursday nights. So I'm having to kind of force my hand to race Xfinity cars. I've had to learn the Xfinity cars. However, I'm so much better and I actually do perform well in the next-gen cars. So maybe something works out for him and he can look forward to having a better career once things can maybe shape up where he can compete on Wednesday nights maybe.
Yeah, and Alex, while you were talking about that, very interesting decision at the choose cone. The leader went to the top. That's Brandon Edgington. Then John Dean went to the bottom. Sammy followed Dean to the bottom in the not preferred groove, and now he is going to line up 3rd on the inside. They gave the top to LaForge, who, in my opinion, is in one of the best spots now.
Yes, and you have your teammate Farnhart right behind you, so definitely some teammate help right there. We'll see if it's going to pay off, but I do agree. LaForge is in the best spot right here with under 20 laps to go. We get ready for the restart here. Back underway here at Bristol.
Edge was playing games right there. He waited to go late in the box. Look at this jump by Dean. He gets up in front of LaForge, and it does not work out for Schaefer. He falls from second to fourth.
Well, I thought that was going to be a good spot, but LaForge is going to hold on to third for right now, so not terrible, but he does get into the outside wall there with the help from Schaefer. It's going to allow Schaefer to get by him for that third position.
Yeah, and how aggressive will Dean be here because he knows he's obviously faster than Edgington? What will he do to get by him? Because you saw how fast Schaefer closed in when he got that clean air.
Oh, definitely. Whenever he gets there, he's probably going to give him, obviously, a little bit of respect, but how bad does Dean want to get in our stage win? Does he want Xfinity full-time driver to go get it, or is he going to actually run Edgington hard? And I think he's going to run him hard. If he has a chance, he's going to take it. But we won't see it until the pressure is on Dean from behind him.
Yeah, and Jack Barnhart's entering the picture. You see him back there behind his teammate Mason. Actually, all three of the JD cars are right there. They're all together. They're third, fourth, and fifth. And obviously, like we mentioned, Barnhart looking for that record. He's slowly but surely coming to the front, but Edge just made a mistake. Here comes Dean. Oh, wrecking on the front stretch.
Yeah, I saw that back in the back there. They kept it.
Davis.
Yeah, just Davis alone looks like.
There's Dean to the inside of Edgington for the lead. He's getting a push from Schaefer.
There's a draft help right there, that low draft taking place. Getting a little bit of a push, a little bit of help. To the inside he goes. He can't quite complete the pass. Exit run goes to Schaefer, though. He's going to cross him over on the outside. Have the advantage on the outside, goes to Schaefer.
Dean cannot let Schaefer get by him. I think Schaefer's a little faster than him, and if he gets by Dean, then Dean will have to start racing very aggressively to try and get back by him. But now Mason's to his outside.
Yeah, no, he already lost that. And now the battle for the race lead is now Schaefer and Edgington. They're side by side. 2 by 2 for the first two rows.
Yeah, and these four come together. What does Barnhart do? Obviously, you can't really run the bottom contact between Edgington and Schaefer. Again, Edgington throws it in there, but Schaefer back on the bottom.
Wow, this is impressive. A decent gap, about maybe 10, 12 car lengths back is 6th place, so it is a 5-car horse race right here. They're not giving up either.
Yeah, Ford working with Edgington on the outside to push by his own teammate on the bottom, Sammy.
Yeah, 6 to go this time, so pressure is there. Everybody's there. They want every point. They want the stage win. 6 to go right here.
Oh, Edge is crowded down on Sammy. He's up in the wall. That checks up Mason. And John Dean's back on the inside.
And here comes Farnhart with the help from Meso, trying to give him a little bit of a draft help. Still side by side for the lead with now 5 to go.
What a race.
This is awesome. Edge is not giving up. He has to give it up a little bit there. Schaefer to the lead. Now Dean to his inside of LaForge.
Look at Edgington send it in the corner. Almost contact right there.
You know, have the tires worn out at this point? Did they push everything they could those last few laps and it wore out and now they can't do anything with them?
Yeah, I think you're right. Sammy's pulling away.
Meso is in the wall a lot.
Remember, I mentioned that in the truck race too. That might be a strategy. His 2 to go in the stage.
Yeah, 2 to go, and Schaefer is out front and pulling away right now after Edgington having a couple mishaps. You see now Dean to his inside for second.
Oh, a little contact too. White flag in stage number 2.
And Edgington does not want to give these up. He doesn't want to give it up.
No, he doesn't, but he did, and he let Dean get into second. But Sammy Schaefer wins his 3rd stage of the season, wins stage 2 at Bristol, and he came from really deep in the pack, Alex. I would be concerned if I was anybody up front.
Yeah, Dean's gonna have to find the pace somewhere. He knows that 90 car has pace, but Schaefer, I think he's tuned his car up just perfectly to get something done.
Oh yeah. You know what's gonna be interesting here? If the lineup stays the same, John Dean is gonna line up on the top side on the outside of Sammy, and Sammy's gonna have to use the bottom to try and get around him.
Most definitely. We'll see what shapes out to be here for the start of stage 3. Look, I'm going to let you take it just for a quick second. I got to have a quick phone call coming in, so I will let you have it for the first part of stage 3.
Of course. Take your time. Here we go. Gonna go back green here at Bristol. Gonna be a nice long run. Hopefully Alex can switch on to the leaders. It is Dean to the outside of Schaefer. Back green at Bristol. Good jump on the outside by Dean. Schaefer spun the tires or didn't get through the gears good. Edge got a good jump on the top. Schaefer's going to have to give room to Dean on the top. LaForge got it to Edgington. And they're side by side for the lead. Edgington is clear for third.
5 people. I know.
Side by side as we go down the back straightaway between Dean and Schaefer. Who's going to prevail? Dean gets in, or sorry, Schaefer gets into Dean. Dean up the track into the wall, but he still has the advantage on the top.
Well, you're coming close to 9 o'clock, so it should be dying down pretty soon. I mean, whatever business y'all got right now, it should be dwindling down.
They were not happy. Sammy up the track into Dean again. Here comes Brandon Edgington on the inside, but gets loose. They were 3 wide briefly for the lead.
But, yeah.
Look at Dylan Blevins. He's making
I know
a
it's
name
busy,
for
but
himself. He's trying to pass
the good thing is that it should come off because y'all coming off y'all's busy hour anyway, so you're coming off with the back half of it anyways.
Clear, but Brandon Edgington is outside of Sammy Schaefer.
But push through. I know shout out y'all pizza too whenever you and Lucas for pushing that one night. But y'all got 3 people. It's doable. No, it's busy, but it's doable.
So they're gonna have to pit once.
So
that'll be interesting. Mason LaForge back behind the 2 battling for second. Edgington on the top.
You're good, girl.
Schaefer on the
Thanks for
bottom.
letting me know at least. If it gets too much busier, we'll think about something. But I don't think it's a lot. If anything, it should get dying down. Because you're almost down to 1 hour till closing. So.
Making big moves. He finished second in the Truck Series race on Tuesday. Fortunately, did not race the Cup Series race, so he gets a show there. But Dean is loving what he's seeing in his rearview mirror. We'll see what happens as this run plays out. Looks like Edgington struggling on the top. Schaefer almost clears him. LaForge gonna push Edgington. Dean pulling away. Gets to run the line he wants. Nobody in front of him, nobody behind him. And if John Dean were to win tonight, it would be and Sammy just put Edge in the wall. And Edge is gonna retaliate and puts him back in the wall, and that opens the door for Mason. Not necessarily the cleanest of moves there from Sammy. And we did see him also get into Dean for the lead a couple of times, so he's definitely being aggressive. He's pulling out the Bristol moves, I'll tell you that.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah, you missed some action.
Yeah, I was listening to it over the headset. Meso and Edgington.
Yeah, they're battling for third now, but that big battle that went on Alex, it allowed Dean to pull away, but Schaefer's in second. Those are obviously the 2 fastest cars, and what I'm worried about is if we get a long run and get into lap traffic, because every time this week we've seen the leaders get in lap traffic, it's caused at least one of them to wreck.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it time and time again this week, and maybe they learned, because again, most of these drivers race in both of the other series. So just maybe, do they learn from their mistakes? Do they learn to capitalize on those drivers? And do the drivers know to stay out of the way a little bit better this time around? We'll see. I think a long run could pay off, though, if it does, for Schaefer. Schaefer has been consistent. He's been getting his car better. And definitely, as you saw in the longer runs, his car came to life. So, as you can see, the result right now, he's in P2.
Yeah, sure did. And, you know, I think he'll be aggressive when he gets to Dean, because both of these guys are not running for points in this series. The highest point runner in this series series right now, I think, is P4 with Brandon Edgington. So, you know, the top three are going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Let's see. I'm looking back. There he is. Okay, I was trying to find him while talking. And that is DeMonte Hamilton back there in 6th place. He's finally found himself a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, he has. Very impressive for whatever, you know, was going on earlier in the race for him. He's actually in P5.
Is it? Oh, shit. Yep, it is.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
he's
he was in
definitely
that crash.
working.
He was in that crash with Jensen too. Remember at the end of the second stage, so he's definitely found something on setup
Ooh.
potentially.
LaForge on
Seems
the
like
outside
LaForge.
wall.
Yeah.
This could allow for Edgerton and Hamilton to catch up to LaForge and maybe capitalize on it.
And Schaefer, speaking of capitalizing, is closing in on Dean for the lead.
Yep, Dean has just been very smooth all race long. He's been good on the short runs, long runs, medium runs, anything you name it. Dean's been good all around tonight. He's been the driver to beat.
He has. I feel like, honestly, Schaefer might have the fastest car in the race. It's just very hard to pass, and Dean is so good on the restarts. He has so much pace that he can get in front of him.
And as you can see, these two cars, I think if the long run builds, these two are going to be the two to watch to duke it out for the win. They definitely pulled
Hamilton
away.
gets by Edge. Sorry, Alex. Hamilton got by Edge. He's into 4th.
And you know what happened on Tuesday is we had a late race caution that set up for Hamilton to be in that position. He's run P4 right now. If we were to get a late race caution, this could help Hamilton get back into this race.
Yeah, it's either the late race caution that he would want or a long run, because I think Hamilton has really good long run pace. He just needs to be patient. We have about, 40 laps to go, coming actually just now 39 laps to go. So, you know, they're going to have to pit again, but I do think we'll probably see a caution.
Yeah, they'll pit at least one more time. I don't think they'll have to pit another time after that. Even when it's time 3 wear, it feels like the time 3 wear is definitely playing it different, as in it's not a multi pit stop in the last stage like I thought it'd be.
Yeah, out of the front windscreen of Dean, I can see a lap car coming up just at the end of the straightaway. He's about a straightaway behind him. And hopefully the lap car gets out of the way, because I want to see a natural play out between Dean and Schaefer here, because these two are clearly really even on pace, and I want to see them battle.
Yeah, they are pulling away. LaForge just hanging on for dear life in that 3rd position. I'm trying to see what's going on back behind there. Not much battle's going on.
Yeah, it's pretty much single file.
Yeah, not much action. You see this little string of 4 or 5 cars from Blevins all the way back to Barnhart, kind of just stringing along. They're following each other's tracks. Been noticing the last couple laps. They're not really passing each other. They're just kind of hanging on and chilling. I don't know if they're trying to maybe save some tires, save some fuel.
Yeah, what happened to Barnhart? He was up running in the top 4 the whole race. Now he's outside the top 10.
You know, Luke, I wish I had an answer. I'm surprised. I know he does not like this track, but he tends to perform well, like we always say. He always says he hates the track, but then can go out there and win it like it's nothing.
Exactly.
You see one car already in the pits that I believe was Drake Allen in the pits for his pit stop.
Interesting. I guess we're in the window.
Yeah. Oh, and Hamilton just veered left, saves it, but now Zach Allen is up into P3 or sorry P4.
Wow.
He snuck his way up there. Like I said, quiet.
Alex Schaefer is all over Dean now for the lead. They're nose to tail. coming up on a lap car. I think that is Toby.
Yep, that'll be Toby. He'll definitely be out of the way. He'll do anything. He'll wreck himself just to get out of the way. Yep. Just like that. Literally. Did not
That worked, I guess.
Did not expect him to actually do it, but that worked out great.
Yeah, and I'm really shocked we're seeing a long run, to be honest. The way the cautions were stringing out when cars got loose. You know, I'm pleased, to be honest, because I really, really think if we stay green, these two are going to have a great battle.
Look, we've always seen a great battle in the Xfinity series when it comes to any track really. We see usually our best finishes or better finishes and better races come from this group right here. It's been a trend all season long. Now, granted, the truck race was like all out flawless, amazing, but it's always something with the Xfinity series that they tend to put on the best shows.
Yeah, and when Dean comes around this time to cross the line, 25 to go, and the pit window is open. I'm looking at Jensen's stats.
That's what I was looking at.
Whatever they want.
Yeah, so he's down on Jensen. He's back there in 8th, down to 16 on that right front. So he's not pushing as hard. So I'm thinking the leaders right here, definitely Schaefer, might be pushing that right front a little harder than what he should be.
And there, if Jensen is running an 8th and on 15%, like you said, then these guys got to be around 10 on that right front. So their pit stop could be any lap.
Yeah, a lot of drivers start to take their pit stop, as you can see on the bottom of your screen there. I expect these guys in the next probably 3 laps.
Yeah, I do too. Like, gotta avoid that speeding penalty. Dean, you know, he's had so many wins slip away from either speeding penalties or fuel mileage races, and cannot let that happen tonight.
No, and Luke, we didn't really talk about it much with the short pre-race, but Bristol on a long run when it comes to a pit stop is crucial as crucial gets. Because you have this high speed and you gotta get down that apron, not spin the car out, and back it down so quick and so fast in order to get down to that pace speed.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have to hope and pray that everyone can maintain their talent and hold on to their wheel, because if you get, you know, if you pit and someone stays out, you're going at least 2 laps down.
Exactly. And some people, after a long race, they kind of get a little delusional, and they forget which one's the front stretch and which one's the back stretch. And you know, it looked identical, except one has a big flag stand on it. But some forget, and they end up pitting on the wrong one. I've seen it happen before. So pit on the front stretch, obviously, if they want to pit and not pit on the back stretch.
Yeah, Alex, they're gonna have to pit any second. I'm gonna say they're gonna pit this time because Jensen has 3% on the right front.
Well, you know what's crazy is I'm on board with Dean's, and he's got 9 laps left, and his right rear is the lowest at 21.
Oh.
So he's still definitely got another solid 6-7 laps probably.
And could he take 2 tires?
So his lefts are at 47 right now, and we're not even at the stop yet. So I don't think so. But you know, if you want to take the risk, he's probably pitting with about 10 to go.
They're pitting right now.
Yep, here he comes now. He slides it down onto the apron.
Well, he went in there pretty fast. Hopefully he didn't get speeding.
Yeah, I saw that. He hit the line at 34 miles an hour with pit speed at 30. We'll see if it docks him. This could be it. And no, he does not. It did not clock him, and he's going 2 tires, Luke.
Yeah, and Sammy took it really easy into the corner, and Sammy's taking the 4, Alex.
And this is going to be the difference maker right here. But Luke, so much difference right here. You got 100% on your rights and 40s, low 40s on your lefts.
Yeah, I like taking 4 tires there, to be honest, Alex, because I just have a weird feeling they're going to crash, and there's going to be a caution. And then he can stay out and have 4 fresh tires instead of the 2 that Dean has.
Exactly. So this could be the money maker stop and honestly the game changer.
just waiting to see who the leader is. Looking at Nick's stream, it looks like the leader is on pit road. It's somebody on pit road.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it was Load Road.
Dean will definitely retain the lead back and open up that gap. I don't think anybody else probably took 2 tires. I don't see anybody else wanting to make that call, so he's going to have the lead by a very good margin.
Yeah, and he, you know, I'm worried for him, obviously. Look at the 6 car, Farnhart. He's going to try and get a lap back here. Oh, they're getting out of the way in front of the leaders. Thought they were wrecking.
Yeah, so he's just now hitting 10 to go right here.
Yeah, he is. That's 10 to go for Dean. Now, how, you know, patient does he be? Because I assume second place is Schaefer, right? So
No,
let's
it's
look
not.
back on.
No,
not.
Dean just clicked over just for a quick second. It is LaForge in second and Schaefer in third.
So LaForge must have took 2 as well.
Yeah, he is 5 seconds behind Dean. So I think
Sammy just got by Mason. Yeah.
Oh!
Oh!
Oh, the leader's around! Oh my God!
It got wrecked by Alan Drake, and that's going to be a caution because he got plowed into.
Wow. How the tables have turned. Drake got loose on the exit of the corner, and Dean on those old tires. It's hard to save a car, Luke, whenever that car gets snappy like that, whenever he gets contact, and God almighty, that kills his race right there. That's over with for him.
And now we're going to get a restart, Alex, with less than 5 laps to go at Bristol. And, yeah.
Man, oh man, how the tables have turned, and it was going to be a great race. Luke, I think things may just get a little aggressive at this point.
Yeah, you think? They're going to pit here. Now, this Schaefer going to take 4. Who's going to stay out? There's somebody staying out. That is Knockdown staying out. That is Jacob Willingham. I think he might be taking the wave around.
Yeah, he's taking the wave around. Nobody stays out on the lead lap. Man,
now
oh
who
man.
takes 2? Because if you took 4 tires on that pit stop and stayed on the lead lap, you could take 2 here. Or you could take 2 here and cycle to the front. Mason can't do that.
No.
Neither can Dean, because they already took 2.
Dean caught in the wreck. He's got loads of damage to repair. Looks like everybody took 4, Luke.
Is that Jack Farnhart coming out in the lead?
But he came out with, like, everybody else, so I don't know, but I think he took 4 and just cycled that way.
Well, we're going to be going green here with less than 5 to go, and if Farnhart can hang on, that's the record.
Indeed, he's going to be one hell of a challenger, and I know Schaefer thinking, yeah, that's the last guy I want in front of me.
And it's his teammate, too, so, you know, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, Farnhart, I thought he was a lap down, but he chose the inside. Why would you go to the inside as the leader?
You know, I'm wondering if he's thinking because it's going to be under 5 to go when we take the restart, it's going to be 4 to go for the restart. I think he's saying hold on to the bottom, and he might just have a better pace than this 15 car, but I don't know, man. I really don't know why he took bottom.
The only reason I think he took bottom, and hear me out, I got to get this out before they get there, he's going to jump late in the box to try and catch them all off and try and get that jump.
He very well could. Would not be surprised. We'll see right here. Approaching the restart zone for one final time here from Bristol. And he does.
There, he did it.
He did it.
He went late.
And Hamilton,
Here comes...
wow, to P3.
Yeah, and Edgington underneath of Farnhart. Farnhart must have took 2. He's way off the pace on the top.
Yep.
He hits the wall.
And Hamilton looking for another podium position.
I would love to interview Hamilton after this.
It's Edgington, Schaefer, and Farnhart versus Hamilton. Hamilton clears Farnhart.
Here we go. What does Schaefer have for Brandon Edgington as we come down the back straightaway for the second to last time? And what will Hamilton do if they come together?
White flag, 1 lap to go by Esports Racing Network here at Bristol. Luke, it's all yours.
Yeah, Sammy Schaefer looking for his third career win. Brandon Edgington looking for his third. Here comes Devontae Hamilton looking for his first. That spoiled it for Sammy Schaefer as we come out of turn 4. Brandon Edgington, third career win at Bristol.
I thought that Hamilton might just send it in on Dude. Like, I thought he may just on Schaefer, but thought better of it. He knows that he's a better driver. He's trying to get better. If he knew he would have made enemies. So great job. Still gets a podium position out of it after finishing, what was it, second on Tuesday?
Yeah. The sad part about that, Von Dean dominated the race, led the most laps. He finished 12th.
Well, the guy that assisted him finished P15, so we'll see. He may just have a couple words for him. I know Dean isn't that kind of guy, so nonetheless, we have a top 3 interview, Luke. It's going to be a wild one. Can't wait for this one. We'll be right back for those post-race interviews. Stick around. Welcome back, guys, for post-race interviews. I am down here from the booth on the start-finish line after a great race that looked like it was going to be all Dean, but turns out it was not Dean's night to win it, and Mr. Brandon Edgington comes out of the woodworks after a late race caution, ends up in victory lane here in Bristol for a third career win. Brandon, you looked strong all night long. You definitely got the stage win, looking strong, trying to capitalize. Me and Luke talked about how leading into the playoffs here soon, if any time is the right time to get that momentum going, it's now, and you have been doing just that the last couple of weeks. How's this feel for you heading towards those playoffs in the last couple of weeks here?
Yeah, it's just same old, same old. Just trying to get stage points and playoff points and just keeping myself ahead in the point standings.
Well, man, you're definitely showing the pace. Is Bristol like a good track for you? Because it seemed like it was. Was there anything that you could done differently to the car to make it better, or were you kind of going into this one thinking you're going to be a top contender?
I definitely knew I had a top 5 car, but I mean, honestly, I kind of got lucky with that caution, and then the INF taking 2 tires. So yeah, I mean, it's a mixture of skill and luck. He definitely wasn't the fastest car. Dusty and Duchev were miles faster than I was. So
Oh man, you definitely had the heart like a champion tonight off that last restart, getting by Sammy there. Did you think that you had any shot after getting by him, or did you expect some to come back from that back bumper on that last lap?
no, I mean, I expected it. I expected something on the back bumper, but you know, I would expect that if it's Duchev or if it's knockdown. Like I always expect it.
Oh hell yeah, man! Well, congrats on the win tonight here in Bristol, the last great Coliseum. You are tonight's Xfinity Series winner for the third career win for yourself. Any shout outs you want to give tonight?
Definitely shout out Dusty. I mean, he was literally, I think, the fastest car on the track all night. Dude Chef was up there too. So, and shout out to Meso. Meso, Meso was beating himself up a little bit, but he's fast. He's young. He still has a shot to maybe win a couple more races before the season's over.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations on tonight. Good luck to you next week at Dover.
Thank you.
All right, Luke, if you want, you can take. I know you want to get third place, but I can also let you take second if you want.
You take second. Stay up there in
Okay.
the booth, Alex. Don't run.
All right. All right. Second place, Mr. Sammy Schaefer, my man. We talked to you on Tuesday nights, and you were top three. Well, here we are again. You're P2 this time. How's it feel? How'd the car feel overall? You didn't have any issues this time around, so you definitely had the strong suit, and you got to show your hand tonight.
Yeah, I mean, the car felt great. All night long. I loaded in on a six and just rolled with it. Uh, I really accredit a lot of my speed to the way I run this track. To be honest, it's kind of hard to get around people, I guess. I like to diamond the turns at Bristol, so when I can't really do that fully, it makes it a little bit harder to pass, but it's just part of it. Um, yeah, bummer deal, dude. I thought I jumped the restart on that last restart, so I let off. And by the time I let off, they were already gone. So nothing you can really do there. Just trying to not get sent to the back on the final 2 laps of the race after running well all night. It's pretty much what that boiled down to.
Yeah, I get that totally. That's the last thing you want to see happen to you. Uh, Definitely a front runner here tonight. You were up there with Dusty all race long, showing the same pace, same race pace. Was there anything different that you could have done towards the later half, or even in the middle section of that race? We got that long green flag run that maybe you could have done something different to the car to get past Dusty.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe if I took a little bit of tape off of it, maybe got the nose to turn in a little bit better, because after a little while there, it was kind of plowing, but not plowing, if that makes sense. I was definitely scrubbing speed on corner exit at the very least. So I think maybe I could have got a little bit more traction out of my front end, then I would have been able to get around Dusty a little bit sooner. But other than that, no, nothing I can really think of that I would have changed.
Well, man, nonetheless, it was a very awesome week for you in trucks and all around. I mean, P2 and P3, and I think you're right outside the top three in Cup Series. So, uh, great job to you all week long here at Bristol. A great track for yourself. Heading into Dover, you got the momentum going for you. What can we expect from you here next Xfinity Series at Dover next week?
Oh, well, me and Dover have never really seen eye to eye, but I somehow make it work every week, or every time I'm there. So I'm just going to try and go out and do the best that I can and run a halfway decent line. Actually might go run some practice laps for the first time in forever. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Heard that. Well, man, any shouts before I let you go tonight?
Yeah, man, shout out Dusty. Obviously, me and him were battling pretty much all night long. And shout out to Edge, too. It was one hell of a way to come back and snag a win. And makes you feel good, too, when you get wins like that. All of JD Motorsports and Meso, he had a heck of a time out there. Fast car, just rough runs. Um, and yeah, that's about it.
Oh yeah, man. Well, congrats on that P2 position tonight here in Bristol, Thunder Valley, and we'll get to see what you can do next week at Dover.
Cool.
All right, Luke, it is all yours for P3 here from Bristol.
Yeah, I'm down here with High Road and High Road again, second time this week we get to interview you. I feel like I've never interviewed you, so I'm excited to see you up here. And you finished really well tonight. Me and Alex mentioned you had a lot of pace, just not the track position. Got up to P3 after INF took those 2 tires and just settled for it. Looked like you had a really good race. How are you feeling after that?
I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. Like Ed said, that last caution saved us. I stunk the entire race. I mean, the majority of the race, I was running around to like 10th or 12th, and that should yeah, like Ed said, that last caution really saved us. It sucks that INF went with that strategy, really screwed over a lot of good drivers, but sometimes you just gotta take the cards you dealt with. I have to get back-to-back podiums this week, and yeah, another good outing from JGR, the only JGR car currently in the active field. But hey, can't can't argue too much about it. Another third place, yeah, another podium. Gonna try to get a stage win or two at Dover, and yeah, just not much I could say other than I just got lucky.
Yeah, and 2 nights ago, you said Dover's one of your better tracks, and you're stepping on momentum at the right time. Alex said the same thing about Duchev. Um, when we head into Dover, and like you said, again, one of your best tracks, what are your expectations there for the Xfinity and the Truck Series races?
I expected not to get squeezed on the apron by people that have no pace. That's the that's the hang on. Like I was saying, the first thing I expect is to not get squeezed on the apron by people with no pace. That's the first thing I expect. Like everyone knows that the bottom line is the superior line. The only the only way you can hope by making a pass on the top is hoping that the person on the bottom can like hold their line. So yeah. Aside from that, what I intend to go for is at least one stage win. I prefer at least one stage win at both series. But yeah, Dover, it's a hell of a track. Not forgiving at all, especially if it's one of your worst tracks. But yeah, nothing else from me other than let's see how things fold out the Monster Mile.
Yeah, and the monster will come back, and hopefully it doesn't bite any of you or, Edge. And before we get out of here, though, I do need to say congratulations to Edge. Really good race for you, buddy. Ran really well. You too, Dude Chef. And I wish Dusty was up here too. We probably should have interviewed him, but yeah, congratulations to all 3 of you guys. I think Alex is on the phone, so if anyone has any final thoughts or shout outs, go ahead.
It's been a great night all around. I've been very excited to watch this race with you, Luke. It was a great call by both of us, and a great showing all around to all the Xfinity Series drivers this week and tonight. So hell of a job to all the guys on track tonight. I was very excited to get to watch y'all perform, and again, congrats to Edgerton on his 3rd career win in this league, starting to show and show his little face there and start gaining some ground on those playoff points, trying to rack him in because he's definitely on the contingency path to possibly be a strong contender in the playoffs if he wants to continue this direction. So, and then High Road, of course, a big shout out to you, man. Top 3 and second time this week, so that's a big jump for you. So great job to you, dude. Obviously, always up here seems like. So I always enjoy having you up here in the booth with us at the very end of this thing. So, I said, congrats to everybody out here this week on a great week at Bristol. Tune in next Tuesday night where we go truck racing at Dover, and it's going to be one hell of a showdown. We get to see all 3 series at Dover, and we get closer and closer to the playoffs here in UNGLR. So until then, Luke, any last words for you?
Hopefully my luck turns around at Dover.
And I hope so too. Yeah, with that, guys, we are out tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week.